Greetings, we'll cover a few details about Gustav Kirchhoff and his life in a succinct manner. Here is a short rundown of his early years, education, career, persona, notable works, accolades, and demise. German physicist, Gustav Robert Kirchhoff made significant contributions to the knowledge of spectroscopy, electrical circuits, and the emission of blackbody radiation by heated materials. In 1862, he introduced the phrase blackbody radiation. Many different sets of theories, relating to topics as various as blackbody radiation and spectroscopy, electrical circuits, and thermochemistry, are collectively referred to as Kirchhoff's laws, in his honor. He and his colleague, Robert Bunsen, are honored with the Bunsen-Kirchhoff Award for Spectroscopy. Also known as Gustav Robert Kirchhoff, famous as German physicist, born March 12, 1824, Königsberg, died October 17, 1887, Berlin, Germany. Father, Friedrich Kirchhoff. Mother, Johanna Henriette Wittke. Spouses, Clara Richlot, Louise Brommel. Nationality, German, Prussian. Education, Kant Russian State University, University of Königsberg. Discoveries, inventions, discovered cesium and rubidium. Place of burial, Alter St. Matthäus Kirchhoff, Berlin, Germany. He was nurtured with the idea that serving the state was essentially his only option, because his family was a part of Königsberg's intellectual community. His parents wanted him to become a professor and serve his state because at the time, university academics in Prussia were considered civil employees. He studied at the Albertus University of Königsberg and was mentored by mathematician Friedrich Richlot and renowned theoretical physicist Franz Neumann in his early years. He was taught at the university by Franz Neumann and Friedrich Julius Richlot. In 1845, while still a student, he published his seminal work on electrical currents, known as Kirchhoff's Law. He moved to Berlin after receiving his PhD in 1847, where he remained until being appointed a professor at Breslau. He accepted a position as a professor of physics at the University of Breslau in 1850, where he made the lifelong acquaintance of Robert Bunsen. Before being offered a position as professor of physics at the University of Heidelberg, he worked there for 4 years. He put out Kirchhoff's law of thermochemistry in 1858, which demonstrated that the variation in heat produced by a chemical reaction is caused by the disparity in heat capacities of the reactants and products. While studying at Heidelberg, he put out his thermal radiation law in 1859. When it was recognized as a law of physics and chemistry in 1861, he was able to offer evidence to support it. He and his co-worker, Robert Bunsen, studied the sun's spectrum in 1861, and were successful in identifying the chemical elements present in the sun's atmosphere. In the course of their research, they found 2 new elements, cesium and rubidium, and demonstrated that the elements generate colored lights when heated to specified temperatures. After making all of these findings, he was given the first job at the University of Berlin specifically for theoretical physics in 1875, which he held until his passing. The Vorlesungen über Mathematische Physik, which is his best-known work, was published after he accepted the position in Berlin. He married Clara Richlot, the daughter of his mathematics professor, Richlot, in 1847 after graduation. Clara passed away in 1869, leaving him to raise his children by himself. They had 2 daughters and 3 sons. His handicap, which required him to spend the most of the time using crutches or a wheelchair, made his life as a single father even more difficult. He wed Goslar native Louise Brommel at Heidelberg in 1872. Kirchhoff's circuit laws were originally published in 1845, and it remains his most significant accomplishment. It enabled current, voltage, and resistance calculations in electrical circuits, with several loops. According to the first law, there is no algebraic sum of currents in a network of conductors that come together at a point. The directed total of voltages around any closed network is zero, according to the second law. He was the first scientist to demonstrate in 1857 that an electric current moves across a wire with no resistance, at the speed of light. By formalizing three rules that characterize the spectrum makeup of light emitted by incandescent objects, he made a significant contribution to the study of spectroscopy. In addition to being credited with creating the term black body radiation, he was the first to describe the dark lines in the sun's spectrum. He received the Rumford Medal in 1862 for his research on solar spectra. Together with Robert Bunsen, he received the Davy Medal in 1877 for his outstanding studies and achievements in spectrum analysis. He was awarded the inaugural Jansen Medal in 1887 in recognition of his outstanding contributions to the field of spectroscopy. Kirchhoff passed away on October 17, 1887, at the age of 63, and was buried in Schönberg, Berlin St. Matthias Kirchhoff Cemetery, just a few meters from the graves of the brothers Grimm. In the same cemetery is Leopold Kronecker's grave.